and a gur hocra sé go bhótáil arís éon clíomháin.
Parnell really was responsible for the development of the modern political party. He realised that if you wanted to create an effective political party, it had to be a disciplined one, and you had to have a strategy. He was very much imbued with the idea of loyalty to the party through him, the idea that you would sign a party pledge, that you would vote as you were told to vote.
He's quite absolute in the notion that only he knows how to deal with the Home Rule issue. He doesn't trust anyone else.
Bhí Parnell dírithe féin réal a bhaint amach de éire. Tar éis dó cóbháin na coachta a bhaint amach, bhí sé ábalta éachal a chur an bríomh air Gladstone, bille féin réal a chur as Court Parliament Westminster in 1986.
Deireadh leis chur an luí Gladstone, rud fear ná raibh son Home Rule dúis, ag deireadh leis chur an luí gur a bheith seo an tain réiteach ceart a bhí oiab na héireann mar chonig na Sasnig fáib a bhí an éiring, mar bhain sé le léirsethe bhí daoine níbertamach as a go tithe, as a go taileh, agus chonig Gladstone go réiteach a bhain de bethe sin ná Home Rule a chur a bhain.
The Home Rule dilemma became centre stage in British politics. And that really was about achieving a balance of power between the British Conservatives and the British Liberals, and holding that balance of power, being able to play them off against each other. And in doing so, assuming a very, very central role in British politics.
Bhí Parnell bhar na gaotha, ach bhí deireg teacht, nar brisú Parnell, nar scoiltin pobl, agus nar curú deire le bringlóid na Saoirse. In 1988, Rán na Pólíní Parnell, nar a chur sé gunne 8 Parliament de chud an phríomh air Gladstone. 8 bhí gur deire chur le cogan na talún na néirin. Cathú Parnell agus cúta chumráta isteach i brís an chialmhain ach cé go raibh sé faoi glas a galamh ní ra connéalacha Parnell róhalc.
Parnell doesn't have to be stripped down, doesn't have to wear a prison uniform, doesn't have to be shaved. Inside this room, he has artificial gas lighting. He's allowed to bring his own furniture. He can bring in his own bed. He's allowed to receive guests inside the prison cell. Now, his diet is very different to any other convict in the jail as well. Oysters, access to steak dinners. At weekends, he's actually treated to breakfast in bed by members of the prison staff. Inside the prison yards, believe it or not, a marquee will actually be erected over the... Parnell is a big fan of cricket. He loved cricket, and he'd be playing cricket inside the jail with other members of the Irish Party. Now, inside Kilmainham Jail, Parnell also wants to leave this building quite rapidly. Katherine O'Shea has just had his baby, a baby called Claude Sophie, and Claude Sophie has died quite young, and he's quite upset, as you would be, being separated from the woman you love. Well, she's in a different country, you're in jail.
Fada sa bhí sé ngéibin, scríb Parnell letracha tochtacha chuig Katherine. In sin, rinne sé marga le Gladstone ag geallar go mó na bunracht dúla bháin, ha úsáidtí chun féin rial a bhaint amach. Bhí idir gáhálaí spéisiúil ag Parnell den gnóise, an Captain William O'Shea, fear céile Katherine a bhí ag súil le leanamh Parnell.
Bhí an choméir go raibh O'Shea agus Parnell mór le chéile. Chairigh O'Shea le Parnell teachtamachchas an brisún besin a dhéon idir go bháil leis an rialtas go scaoilfaí Parnell sair. Bheith Parnell a bhrúig O'Shea an barlaí parlamentach i naig a dula in sa bhliain 89 nuair a bhí sé géireadh seasamh do an tálacht i ngáilemh.
Nuair a fuair an tín sever Katherine Bós, bu léir nach ra éon airige de teachchuig an Captain O'Shea. Lorug sesin culscara ó Katherine, agus lua sé Parnell mar chóir agróid. Chur cás cuirta O'Shea versus O'Shea and Parnell an pobl trí na chéile.
Well, Captain O'Shea comes across as being a right shyster, really, and people would have a very negative perception of him precisely because he is seen as somebody who, for very selfish and vindictive reasons, decided to act the way he did and the manner in which he decided to do it. Having said that, you can see also what he was having to put up with and what he was having to endure, and how many of us can get inside the mind of someone like that who may feel scorned, who may feel vengeful, who may feel that politically his ambitions were not being realised.
Parnell, he's got this sense of a historic destiny which blinds him to some degree. He sees it as his commitment to the woman who is the love of his life, and that's why he's bad at handling the whole divorce issue as it comes up.
Higan pobl gra Parnell and ein tís le ban posta, gra trúr clunaró. Úfás the phobl fórráfach, fiminach, Victoriach.
Is brala dina bheith caint mé ar chribalóidí chuoinéile. Agus is dóilem gur bheith túsna dabalóidí is sasna bheán, agus seo scéal gur heasta go an scéal an nochta, heasta go bainge agus aimid a bhainte as an scéal.
What often comes with the great moral crusades of the late 19th century and that moralism and that judgmentalism is a profound hypocrisy. That it's okay to do it behind closed doors as long as you don't bring it outside from those closed doors.
Beir dúr Gladstone le Parnell mar an éiríonn tú as a bheith a cheanara ar an bártaí bhfuil ní anam sin daileach na bhí chaintear hómrúní so. Dúilteach Parnell é sin anamh ach cheil sé an bhagart ón na pártaí héin. Agus nuair an pártaí héin amach é sin scuilt an pártaí.
Even the name Kitty or the use of Kitty became in itself a form of abuse. Slang for a prostitute. She was that English whore.
Slut and no good woman, sexual deviant, the ruin of the Irish nation.
On ban a truly an unfair, on ban a tá ag déanamh kind of ruddy rúnda de fear a bhaineann le corpacus agus druis.
She was the mistress, this famous exchange at some of the fractious party meetings after the scandal became public knowledge, who was going to be the master of the party. And the quip was, well, who was going to be the mistress of the party?
Scoiltan party parliamentach in a rá faction. I tjú de bhíar son Parnell agus I tjú de bhí na chunne. Beléir gra deire le pé seans a bhí an féin rial a bhaint amach. Scoiltan pobl, scoiltan tír, agus níor as na fóthabhachán a leanan scoilt ach ócáidí truda agus círébe.
Bhí cúpla táchan in níosan agus níor éirigh le muinter Parnell sin an scuilt nuair a bhí bert a seas an fálaí pártaí parlamentach duine ó Parnell agus duine ón Daibhéile be an duine ón Daibhéile a bhuaig go gcónaí. Cag ílach ina aig gaiisleán a chomair gúntaí le chuine a bhí sin scuilt idir an chaithreach san tua go puinte bhí ann.
This was a politician who was still relatively young, so much promise, who had made so many advances for the Irish nationalist cause, and had it all now come to nothing.
Bhí deire le slaol agus sléithir politiúil Charles Stewart Parnell. Fós se ráheall Katherine O'Shea a tháinig meth ar a gháinte. Bhí chuid bringlódí ar fad do hain agus dá hír briste.
Parnell was somebody who, by 1991, is very, very agitated. He's chain-smoking, he's nervous. And people could see that he was on his last legs. He looked dreadful, he looked haggard.
De bhí an rud passionda idir I héana agus Parnell. Agus go bhí sé chomór son go raibh an bás kind of ag baggart a gcónaí, like star-crossed lovers, cos bhfuil like bhí go Shakespeare, nuair dúirt sé Brighton, nuair a bhí sé faoi ón saoi ó gachside strám. You know, my dear wifey, like if we were to hurl ourselves into the sea here and end all our trouble.
Beag lecha hían, chó tíiseach mór na héirin hlín na fírinne. Bhí sráidin na píomh chachrach plódaithe. Chun na míltear a hochrid, mar bagóil den Uncrowned King of Ireland.
Nuair a fuair sé bás, deirte go raibh 200,000 duine ar a hochrid agus gur a chiúil 3,000 duine thar a chónara.
And then you have the rawness that's there, the massive impacts that the funeral has. Then you have both the pro-Parnell and anti-Parnell wings of the party wanting to bury this for reasons of practicality at a relatively early stage, because they can't move on if they don't leave the ghost of Parnell alone. There's a real sense that Charles Stewart Parnell is essentially the story of Ireland.
War Katherine O'Shea a fet tríocha blian eile tar éis bhás Parnell. Bhí sí 75 blian d'aois nar a déag sí.
Fuair sí bás néideag fé héin, a lár cogan na saoirse, darút a glan déant éirthaí, agus gan pingan rua in a fóca aici.
He invoked and does reappear at various stages. Think of the impact, for example, that Katherine O'Shea's own account of her life and relationship with Charles Stewart Parnell made in 1914 when that is published. Reopens the whole question of their relationship, reveals